Okay, here we go. There we go. Now it's a little bigger. Hopefully this won't be completely square, and because I really don't want this to be completely square. Oops. Hmm? Oh, okay. I am right. Oh, that's not been built out yet. Okay. I was about to say, I was like, that's not built out. Make it into chunks, actually. That way it's easier to finish them. This is all gonna get repainted anyways. Although I would like the caution thing be yellow once I start doing the other part of it. Because this space station will need a dry dock to be built before the rest of this station to be done. Mm. Hold on a minute, I want it to be default. I don't know how far I need this to go up just yet. So, order to find that. Alright, so there's that. I mean, obviously I want the corner to be the corner of it. That'll just be like for now. Make sure these are proportional. Correct. Definitely gonna need to think of seeing how I'm going to pipe all this up, because this all is going to need to be piped up soon, eventually. Just want to get some of the walls done. Shit ton of power anyways. These are all O2 generators. My god, this thing's gonna be so expensive to build vanilla, even in vanilla ways. What the hell? Hold on guys, 1 second here.
Hi.
Fucking hell.
Did I scare you a little?
No, my speakers were so damn high on volume.
Okay, where
Which-
I was like,
I'm live streaming right now, by the way.
okay.
Okay.
I kind of want to try and get this project not completely finished, but in its, not bone stages, which is what we're at right now.
You have
Call it on
one,
in bone structured.
2 areas.
Everything's gonna need to be piped up, honestly, soon. With this, before we complete all the outer walls. Obviously, the inner wall is gonna need to be, made also. But I finished this floor here. I don't know why I had this selected, weirdly enough, this pattern, but I did. So I just rolled with it for now. I'm just trying to figure out to see if we can make this its own room, because I want to section off the refineries from the cargo.
Yeah.
Containers.
Maybe you'll want to try to connect this thing into the rest of this, or leave that separately?
David, don't worry about it right now. Honestly,
Mhm.
you can go do whatever project you want to do. Like, you can do for your own. This is gonna take us a while to figure everything out. Not everything is completely.
Yeah, you can design your own ship from here.
Yeah, this is creative, so don't worry about it. Make sure you use a
That
merge
means
block if you
I
do, though.
won't need to worry about my fuel.
The secret project is down there. Is definitely gonna need to be piloted up here and connected to here.
The one over there.
So
yeah, the
that
color.
definitely needs to be done if you want to go do that. Not you, David, but it's definitely gonna need to be parked over here so we can actually finish it uphill here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta find the
Or-
pilot seat.
Yeah. Let me
Here it
merge
is.
block. Let me get the merge block here. There we go. There's the merge block there. You'll have to put a merge block on it, but probably won't be powered either. We'll have to put batteries in. Did we put batteries up in this thing or not? Doesn't seem like we did.
No.
Ooh.
Where are the warfare
Wait, we have a
batteries? Not
ship over
important.
here, or that's somebody else's ship?
There you
Oh,
are.
looks
There
like
are my
one of
warfare
the
batteries.
Halo ships.
If you want, you can design a Halo ship.
Or design something at least.
Yeah.
But
How to do
where do we
that?
want to put the batteries is the question, because now there's not really any room where these generators are. So separate room maybe above, below, something. You know what? These are floating. Guess we could put them here. Obviously, this is going to need an outer shell anyways of heavy armor, also, so it doesn't explode. Because this is what this entire thing is being created in creative, so we can make it in survival.
Okay, how to get into creative I can design.
You're the creative.
Okay, I just go to a picture of a ship and it'll make it, or
Yeah, you just find a
Right.
picture. Yeah, just find a picture or something, or either try and do it off your top of your head if you want. But
Yeah,
like,
this is creative.
it's creative, so
You don't have to worry about resources.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about mining.
There we go. That might be enough. It's all gonna be really empty, and I don't want to place so many batteries that it lags the shiz out of us. That seems to be fine now.
Okay, it looks like we don't have any upthrust with this ship.
If you want, you can add that. And stuff. Because I'm very close to wanting to. You need to dock it over here, by the way.
yeah, but
Where the
careful
where the jeez, I'm getting some lag spikes up in here. Project's gonna be huge. I should probably save it right now while we're at it. So give me 1 second. Okay. Thing's been saved now. The airlock is done. Like, we all know that this is completely done here, so. I thought we... Oh no, we didn't do the rooms just yet. We haven't even built the floor for the rooms yet. Alright, well, someone will have to do that, but whatever. I want to do I want to do the hangar bays soon too, because that needs to be done. Need lights in here too, like spotlights. Ooh. Be done to do later. Why is there a gigantic cube here? David, you're building inside. You do realize that inside the structure that we're building, right?
You're not restricted to the entire area.
Yeah, like you might wanna build it outside of this complex here, because once gravity gets turned on, which I think it
It'll
is,
flop down.
it's gonna it's gonna hit the floor and then explode. And crap, like right now
Because the ship has gravity.
the space he was building in the middle of the space station in space, you know, floating. And I'm like, once this gets closed off, you're not going to be able to get it out of here.
Yeah.
So
Because
I'm like,
this area right here is the interior
of it.
of the space. Down here is actually the hangar base.
Underneath the red is going to be the dry dock.
Yeah.
So you need
The wet dock. The dry dock is an area that is pressurized, would be equivalent to.
well, that would just be a hangar bay,
Yeah.
because the dry dock is outside of a place. I'm talking to like below here. Like it's gonna look like it's ribbed. Kind of thing. Trying to build the hallway here. I'm gonna need to move that,
I got it close enough so that it's easier.
okay.
Okay, that's a good spot to build. Make sure it has power.
You're gonna need power and thrusters in order to keep it from floating away from you.
Yeah.
Hopefully this lines up. Alright, somewhat. It lines up somewhat. Which is fine. Not everything is gonna completely be lined up anyways in this thing, and it's not gonna be completely square once the interior is done anyways. This entire thing is just being crafted as a square for now
Yeah,
until
I
we
got
shape it.
the one right here. I've got a ship right here that's pretty much a cargo ship. And then we got our mine over here.
I forget what this one was. What was this one? Phoenix. Yeah, we had the RWI Phoenix here to build off of. Used build off of.
And then the Phoenix was primarily
Just the build off of. Literally just the template to build off of or something. Considering you can't do what you used to do when the game was first announced, or first ever be able to be built of, by doing create new station block from the G menu.
Oh,
Everything looks totally different now. We need a med bay too eventually. So I think medical should probably be on the same floor as the personal quarters.
Yeah.
I would say. Obviously these rooms are gonna need to be slightly different sizes anyways. So
And then we've got different quarters for different ranks.
Yeah, those will be worked out later.
Yeah.
Um,
We have what's called guest quarters, which are pretty much big enough to have a bed, a desk,
you need to go back more.
a toilet, and a shower. Pretty much that's a guest quarter.
Not too sure about that, but this needs to go back a lot. You're gonna need to go all the way towards where the antenna is with this place. Because you're just gonna need to connect this ship. Not you, David, by the way. The secret project that we have here.
For the dry dock area.
This secret project needs to be moved towards the needs to be moved more towards to the front of the station, or wherever this pole is for with the merge block.
Did you want it? Where did you want me to put it?
Over here, where the merge block is, if you can see where I am before then. Yeah, back up a lot, like a ton. I'll tell you when to stop. Just keep backing up.
Large grid thing for the connector system or not?
Keep going until you see. You need to go left a little bit.
Can you put more?
Yeah.
I know left thrust.
Yeah, I've got you. I'll put thrusters on for you.
And I also have no up thrust.
Alright, there we go, ion. There you go. Up thrust is gonna be a little bit of a problem because this doesn't even know. You're good now. You're good now. Let me put in some up thrust here. Also, there's a ship connected to here,
Yeah,
so that's probably
that's
what's
my mini
fighting you.
miner.
Yeah, that's probably what's fighting you, is what I'm saying. It's probably what was fighting you. Yeah, you need to go to your right, and you need to roll to your left. Okay, stop. Go back more.
Okay, I got the power within the gyros. I'm still trying to figure out the.
You need to keep
connection
going
thing
further
with the
back,
connector
and then
system.
go up. You need to go up and then go back more still. Do you see the white pole here? You see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's what you need to park on top of, or not on top of, but park from. I'm gonna put the, there you go. All right, now you have a merge block on the front of you. Now you just gotta line up that merge block here. So you need to go slowly. Okay. Oh, okay. Go forward. Tap it slightly. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. Keep going. Now go up a little. Forward. Forward. Go forward a little. Keep going. Going a little bit. Okay, now you gotta go down a smidge. Okay, go forward. It'll snap in now. There you go. Alright, now your merge blocked. So now this whole station can also be moved by this giant thing, but you're good now. And now it's not gonna be in the way of building if I need to build out that side. Which also means you've also moved whatever was connected to this thing at the bottom.
Yeah, that's a small grid ship.
Large magnetic plates. Huh.
The,
Alright, well that's also been moved, so that's good now. Obviously those thrusters need to be moved eventually on the bottom. That's there. once this project gets continued. Honestly, we really
This is
need.
actually how I stopped the other thing from moving because that one suddenly got budged.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now that's been moved. So one centralized area. Now we can do this here and continue doing these flooring. Do you want to try and make a way down here? I don't know if you're gonna want to do an elevator or if you're gonna want to just do, I don't know, stairs. But put a button down here. There we go. Now that airlock is done. Done and dusted
We
and
could have
done.
we could have 3 different tiers of ships.
Don't worry about the ships right now. I'm clearly trying to focus on the space station right now.
Yeah.
And ooh. Need a
Four of them.
this.
5 CAD.
There we go. All right. We're definitely gonna need a way down to the other decks.
Possibly a ladder.
We're definitely gonna need a whole floor for engineering, though. I definitely want that. For where they like, I don't know, maybe they'll have their own like little personal quarters closer to the engines and all that, because or in a central location of the base.
Yeah, the engineering
They're
crew.
because
pretty much-
honestly, I think it's way better if they have their own, not section, but their own their very own crew quarters that they can all just be in. Be a lot faster.
Yeah, they'd be on the same floor as the engine, as the refining everything.
Somewhat. They can either be that or they can just be one floor down, one floor up from it.
The command staff doesn't need to be near the engineering.
Well, right, that will be probably one people. We're definitely gonna want command.
Then the pilots need to be the closest to their ships.
Right.
So if you got your fighter pilots that in charge of defending the base, would be very close to the. Pretty much, they'd be really close to the cargo bays.
Right. There we go. Bah. There we go. Those are some of those gates there. It can be yellow with caution
Okay, I'm doing this
for that.
right, or I got this wrong for this ship, James. And did these blocks I put the connector in for the back thing, or
judge a step design.
Nope. It's probably not centered. Two-way hallway. Obviously we want. This is gonna be a section here. Or not two. Well. It's 3 blocks wide, but two-way doorway. This is an intersection here. Do we want glass in these hallways or no? Ah! Don't go up. Go left. This way. This way. There we go. There we go. Alright, so that's another hallway built. There we go. Obviously, this was forced.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, and then there we go.
I think I got the
Hopefully
design
that's all
saved.
correct.
Okay. Okay. Got the
Isn't
forward, back, bottom.
fixed.
Still need to get the, you know, thinking of the. Put 'em in there.
What's going on with the naming?
What do you mean?
Hmm?
What naming? No, we haven't even named the station yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the station. Talking about the small grid.
No idea.
I think that looks good. That looks definitely good. I think I did it good with this shit. I got both my down, right, and left thrusters. I have them spread out more.
Don't forget you need downwards too.
Yeah.
I do. I have 3 on both sides. 3 on.
Oh,
that,
you got
3 on the
6.
Does he have 6?
You have to deal with 6.
They need up, down, left, right, side to side.
Why I can't click on it?
Is this his ship? Where is his?
Yeah, it's the white one. It's the white one. And I'll need to get
The white ship.
repainted differently.
I can't see where it is, where his ship is, because it doesn't have a beacon on it.
Still figuring out how to put the connector or what large grid one I'd be using, and I don't know. I got this
He's
tightened right.
frame drops. Probably because I'm upside down. There we go. Yeah, why are you building them into the block of your ship, by the way? Because if you have thruster damage enabled, usually I play with it off. Sometimes I don't. And sometimes I forget that it's off or that it's on. And you have blocks and you have blocks right next to it, like these in the front. They will explode. They will explode the blocks, those white blocks and all that. And all that. Also, you're probably gonna lag the world because you have so many connector blocks that isn't regular connector tubes. You don't need 4 conveyor junctions. You need 1 centralized conveyor junction. You don't need your grinder, by the way, it's creative, so just left click with the block. Or actually right click with the block to get right click, my bad. Right click with the block. I'm right-handed, so my mouse is on the right. So left click is usually opposite for me. You can just right click with the block and it will remove your.
There.
It will delete the block basically. The same with creative in Minecraft. But yeah, no, like you don't need this many conveyor junctions here. Just use, you know, one conveyor junction in a corner or something, and then one centralized conveyor junction, because the more conveyor junctions you add, the more likely you're gonna lag the crap out of us, including yourself, because it adds more destability. Like, it won't be stable. The world won't be stable enough, and you lose frame rate and all that. I don't know why that happens, but it just does. So what you need to do is find a centralized part of your ship, like the middle section of your base. Paint that a different block than a white at the beginning, at least, so you know that's the middle of your ship. And then put a conveyor junction there, and then use conveyor tubes, because conveyor tubes don't lag the shiz out of anybody when you use more conveyor tubes than they are than conveyor junctions. I don't know why. That's just how it is. It's the same with lights. If you put so many lights around, it's going to lag the crap out of the world. It just happens compared to having a shiz ton of blocks. What?
Say I'll need a conveyor or something for the ship.
Yes, but you need only one centralized conveyor junction. The rest just can be conveyor tubes. There's two different types of conveyors. There's conveyor tubes, and then there's conveyor junctions. Conveyor junctions is like a hallway junction, but for conveyors. Yes, but paint the middle block of your ship a different color, so you know that's the middle. Otherwise, you know, it gets really hard when you try and build asymmetrical or symmetrical or whatever they call it, for it to be, you know, a 5x5 and a 6x6 kind of thing. You know, you try to make it.
Where to go to paint? What button?
P. If you press P on your keyboard, it'll bring up the paint menu, and you just click a thing and then click a color, or use the sliders that you need to, and then press OK, and then use a block that you have in your thing and just middle mouse button, and it will paint it for you. I saw that you sent me a video, by the way, on Discord about 2.0.
Yeah.
You could have just sent that in the Discord channel, you know that, right?
I went for more of a
easier
green
for us to all see it. Honestly, I probably won't be playing at the time of the 2.0 that comes out. I don't know when that ever comes out, if it's even out now, because GTA gets its new DLC very soon, which is like on the 17th, which is Tuesday. So
Yeah, there's actually, it starts. In reality, it's actually the streamer weekend right now.
mm-hmm. But right now we're trying to, I mean, it's not a problem right now, so let's just wait on it. What we need to see here is here. These hallways need to be finished and all that. The whole entire, you know, thing needs to be finished, and maybe I'll let you have some fun, you know, trying to make it not a cube once we're done. But I want to start on the hangar area, the hangar section here. So let me put another floor down here. I'm on the red bit, by the way, if you didn't see it.
Black, and this is right. Or
What? Let me see.
You're looking.
No, I'm talking about the middle. So wherever the middle
Okay.
of your thing is, here, I'll paint it.
Okay.
For you. There's the middle. I believe that's the middle of your ship.
Yeah.
So within that middle block, within the middle section, put a centralized. You don't need to put so many. Here, I'll do it for you. Let me grab a conveyor. There's my
Okay.
conveyor junctions. There you go. Conveyor junctions. There's your conveyor junction. Now, obviously, you can't get to a certain section of it, so you just raise it up by one. There you go. So now you can use conveyor tubes left, right, up, down. You know, wherever you can use the entire section, all sides of this conveyor block here that I am standing on. Okay, or right next to. Okay, on your ship. You use conveyor tubes, which are these. These are your conveyor tubes. Okay? I'll get you started slightly. There you go. Alright? I don't know why you're using conveyor tubes, even though, do you know what you need actually here? What is this ship supposed to be is the question. Because
it's gonna be like maybe like a simple small light fighter.
no, you're using it wrong again. You're putting too many conveyor blocks. This is a central conveyor block section.
Okay.
So just use conveyor tubes now. Okay? Change your block in your toolbar to be conveyor tubes, because now you have conveyor junctions. So there's that. Because now you have a T here. All right? You don't need conveyor junctions all along everything, okay? Also, a conveyor block isn't gonna connect to this this cockpit because you have it connected. Ports on the bottom of this one is connected on the bottom, has connections on the bottom only.
Okay. That means
So yeah, you need a cockpit that has the connections in the back if you're gonna connect it from here.
Okay, was
The best cockpit is here. Here, I've got you. This should have a let's see, where is it? There you go. You can have one here. You can have that like that if you want. And then
Okay,
now
then
you
put
can just do number 7. And now it's connected with the conveyor.
Okay. And then I put a normal conveyor block up top for the weapons, or if they have them.
That just depends on if you're using small ship. Okay. There's different type of weapons in Space Engineers. You're gonna need to learn this because there are weapons that can be connected with conveyors, and then there's weapons that can't be connected with conveyors.
They are connected to something else.
No, they don't connect at all. There's interior turrets, and then there's non-interior turrets. So if you look up turret, if you type in your G menu or block menu, and you type in T, U, and then R, the rocket turret has a conveyor on it. The Gatling turret has a conveyor on it. Gatling turret type 2 apparently has that too there. And all that, but interior turrets do not have any of them. All right? So you need to use turrets that have, you know, actual golden and engineer turret. Huh, interesting. Yeah. So you'll have to go down the list and see what turrets you want, but just be careful with putting turrets down.
See more like almost that size, but I might not the one it takes one of the square conveyors.
I think we can get rid of the Phoenix class now, I think, because saying now
That means you're just gonna pop it away. That
I'm gonna delete it. I would probably just delete the ship itself. Control Alt. Or Control Delete, I think. From that, but whatever. Right now, it's not a problem. It'll definitely give me more performance, but it's not like it's constantly loading that in. So,
and I put the conveyor box connected to this, or I had to use something else connect the turret.
Whoa.
what just
Okay,
spawned
that's you
in?
firing yet?
What just got spawned in? Did you delete something or did you spawn something in? Because I just got a huge lag
Well, I
spike.
did a fire test.
What did you fire at? What did you fire at?
The weapons on the size from the Phoenix class?
I don't know. I don't know what he fired from. What did you? What ship did you fire from? Did you fire from the Phoenix?
No. My fighter.
Oh, the one you made.
Okay, so it's probably down below. Underneath. Where's your ship? Actually, I don't see it now. What weapon was that? Cause it lagged me like for like 10 seconds there. What weapon did you use?
The assault cannon.
What? The assault cannon?
And it's 4 of them firing at once.
Oh my god, okay, that's probably why then. It was probably because of 4 of them. Huh, wow. That was some weird lag with it too. But if you want, or if you could...
That's with no gyros on it.
I'm just about finished with everything here of what I'm doing, so if you want to help me gear out what to do with this next section here.
That's you firing it again, right? Or
yeah.
That's the missile system. Or the cannons again.
Yeah, that's the cannons.
That's the Gatling guns firing it. Both firing at both cylinders.
There we go, now that's all sectioned off again. Not everything's lined up here, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
And that's 6 Gatlings. Assault cannon.
Are you on desktop or are you on laptop?
Desktop.
Desktop, okay. I just wasn't sure. What do you want? What would we want to put on here? I'm gonna leave this open mostly here for now. Ooh. There we go. Because I have no clue. Jeez, what is this with this lag? I don't know what we're gonna want to do. But I have a whole new floor kind of started here lately. Oops. Uh-oh. Did I detach this? Ooh. That's not good. Okay, there we go.
Be careful of the forward firing. If you're not going forward, it will throw you back.
Oh, it probably definitely will.
Don't worry, throw you back, you'll get up, Chuck.
This is also with 6 small thrusters.
I have no clue where you are right now. I honestly, like,
He's possibly still on the.
I'm below.
you're below me?
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Okay. Can you actually rename it? There you are. Okay, I see you now. You name the ship, whatever you want to name it. Gee, holy moly! These are dual sauce. Not even dual, actually, single ones. Oh my lord. Do you want to come help me here? Cause I'm trying to make. Here's the section. Okay, I was trying
That's
to.
just these. That's just these. Yeah,
No, go ahead.
basic. Like if you've got a recon fighter, because it's got a reactor, couple of them.
Right. I wanted to make the.
Actually, it doesn't. I actually didn't install the reactor yet.
Oh. Okay, but I want to finish. I want to do this floor here now. If you want to see, I'm creating caution tape. I'm on the red section where the red is.
Areas, there's still being.
I'm on the red part of the base down below. That's gonna be a really big drop for this. But you should see me if you don't. If you don't, you see where I am. I'm on the bottom. If you come towards me, trying to figure out how big I want to make this hangar bay now, because where this red is will probably be the tunnel. Honestly, like it'll be like a square rectangle tunnel or whatever. Honestly, it's 7 blocks wide, anyways. Well, any ships that are 7 blocks that are not just small ship but slightly big ship can be in here. And then large ships, like giant large ships like the Phoenix class, will be underneath. Will obviously be in the dry dock on the bottom, outside.
Yeah, below.
Below.
The eclipse level.
Yeah.
You know the eclipse. That would be outside.
Yeah, but right here is where I'm building right now is what I'm trying to make the hangar bays, the small hangar bays and all that. Honestly, I think we should have repair bays too, a separate bay for repairs. Because I would love to have a. It might be risky for all of us to have it, for us to have it in this at this time, but do you remember when they ended up doing, I don't know what series they did. They probably did it in one of the Colony series. I'm pretty sure they did. But a printer, a ship printer. I want to do something similar to that, but not printing ships, but just welding them up. So if the ship already has a projector on it, you can weld it up.
Yeah.
And its own separate bay for it. Otherwise, you know, you're just gonna have to go off of your head from what it looks like. But that's what I'm trying to build here. If you want, if you could just come help me out here, that would be great, where we can get at least a decent chunk of it done. Obviously, I don't want to finish everything today because that's just not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. Anyways, because this project is way too big anyways. So, yeah. There we go. Okay.
There.
We're gonna need outside landing pads too, so I don't know when we're gonna start doing those eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah. What is this doing here? I don't know why that's there. That's weird. This doesn't need to be here.
Okay, someone will have to paint this for me.
What do you want painted?
Definitely more the yellow and black look, or
You want it to be a yellow jacket? That type of paint?
yeah.
I could just add. Don't I have the paint mod in this world? EAN.
And I've redesigned the thrusters to make it more.
I don't have the paint gun in. Okay. Alright, well, you don't have to worry about painting it right now. Like, it's not a problem it being not painted.
I got the turrets, but I don't know the turrets are connected, right?
Well, the only way to figure out that
Check it. We'll have to figure that out.
is to grind it down and figure that out. Because in creative, the only way to do that, because you blocked it off, because you put blocks on it right now, it's harder to see whether or not it's connected, because
there.
Okay, so you put.
That's why you make sure that's why I make sure everything is functional
Yeah.
before I putting it up.
Okay, no, all right. So if you look underneath, if you plop out a turret, let me take out one. TURR. Here, let's just take this turret for a second here, and I'm going to place it on its side. Or I'm going to try to, at least. Not gonna let me. Here. I'm placing it in midair. Do you see if you come underneath it, do you see this block? Do you see this conveyor thing here?
The square thing.
Yeah, you see that square? That has to be lined up against up against this square on this conveyor junction. So any turret that has a conveyor port on it needs to be connected to this conveyor junction here and all that.
That's like that.
So then, yeah. So then you take whatever turret you used or whatever should rest on here. Rest on there, but it needs to be lined up. Doesn't matter how it's facing if you're using a turret that can be 360 degrees. I don't know if the artillery turret can go 360 degrees. I don't think it can. Not that I know of. I have no clue with the turrets in Space Engineers regular. It's based of turrets. With the modded turrets, I know you can get 300mm cannons that can be almost 360 degrees, so. And then the what are the other ones that are used? The Gatling turrets from the same mod that Jack uses. Forget what those weapons are that he uses. That can easily get rid of something. What am I drawing? Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about what the neighbor's doing right now. It's very weird what they're doing, but whatever. But as I was saying, the turret there are turrets that you can get that are Gatling turrets that aren't cannons, that can do 360 degrees.
All turrets can do left and right,
And up and down.
360.
Yeah, but look what turrets he has. Not all turrets can. Not all the turrets in this, because they don't. If you're not using weapon core, I think the artillery turret maybe do 360 degrees. It might not. I don't know. You'd have to get into this. You'd have to go into your cockpit.
I'll test it.
And test it and see how far you can turn. You can spin the turret going left and right. If it goes all the way around, it doesn't look like it does, but you would need to turn your mouse all the way around 360 degrees.
Yeah, I'm saying, Wilma, stay there, Wilma.
Really, you're gonna try it on me?
No, he's not gonna shoot you. He's just gonna turn the turret. One of the turrets all the way around if it does.
Okay, I can see
which turret
the
are you in?
beacon from TG up.
Wave the turret up and down. Okay, you're in the right turret or whatever, or left. Okay. So how far is that? Is that as far as you can turn?
No.
Try and turn all the way around.
Okay, that means they have
Can you turn all the way? Can you turn 360 degrees with that turret?
I did.
You did. Okay. So that's one of them that can. Not all the turrets in Space Invaders can, though, is what I'm saying. Because some of them only face forward, like these rocket pods only face forward, so they can't be used 360 degrees.
That's what's called stationary weapons, which you aim at, you use your entire ship as the target.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to use missile turrets, you would need a missile turret. The
turret will go 360.
Yeah.
It has an up and down.
So
there's a limit on how high it can aim.
You would use this turret here. This is your missile turret that would do 360 degrees.
You see where I'm aiming up?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
the
get
front,
above
or
the
not the front,
guns.
on front of it. Obviously, I've got it facing the wrong direction, but whatever. It still goes 360 degrees, so it doesn't matter. For the rocket pods.
No, I can't aim higher.
Yeah, that as high as it can aim. Where are control 2? Control 3? Control 4 is that taskbar is empty. Do I have what weapons did I have in this mod? Or in this?
Wait, you're checking the other ones? They're not working?
You see how high I was shooting?
Yeah.
There's
Right now, anyone in this area right smack above me, should I say behind me, is bulletproof.
Okay, David, this is the turret that can't be connected to anything. Oops, I just placed 3 of them.
Okay, you're talking.
I did not mean to do that.
Okay.
But this is the turret. This
Yeah,
turret
to
that
hand
I
feed.
placed here. This is an interior turret, which can't which cannot be connected to this, and has to be
Which means
loaded
you gotta
manually.
hand feed it.
Yeah,
And feed
it can't be fed ammunition, so you have to put ammunition in itself, by itself. It has its own inventory, but you can't connect it to a cargo container or a conveyor system.
Yeah, that's the only turret that pretty much you're relying on hand feeding it.
Yep. So those are usually only for interior stuff, so you want to, use it.
Like put it in your right beside your cockpit to get in.
That's if you build your own cockpit instead of using an already made cockpit, which is what he has, an industrial cockpit placed down. Probably give you a fighter cockpit actually, so it works better.
Yeah, you could take that off and just give me a good fighter. Maybe something.
That way you can get piped up.
Or maybe.
Where's the stuff on this one? Did I accidentally hit B on here?
Turrets on the side.
Is there no does the cab cockpit not have a large ship?
No, the only one that has a large cargo connector on the back is a fighter.
The fighter one has the large one on it?
Yeah, on the back.
On the back, okay.
All the rest have small junctions in the back.
Where is it? This one, right?
You're too close.
Okay, you're testing out one of the rocket launchers out.
This one, right? I have no clue how to get that in there, but that one, right? This one that I placed down here?
Yeah, that one's small grid. He's dealing with large grid.
Yeah, I don't know why it went immediately small grid, but
No, fighter cockpit is small grid only.
Oh, that's small grid grid only? Okay, so then yeah, you don't need that there then. You're just gonna need to have your own, build your own thing or use a
large
regular
grid,
cockpit.
You either have to deal with
The regular cockpit
Actually, if he puts that connection right here
Well, he was
and
wanting
make
to
like
use a
a
conveyor block. That's why a conveyor tube.
yeah.
There's no there's no there's no large ship. I don't know why they don't have this, but there's no large ship one here. There's no cockpit that there is a large ship block that connects to a conveyor tube here.
Correct.
Right. So I'm saying he might as well not conveyor tube this here.
Yeah, better put that somewhere else.
Is
His
what I
best
mean.
bet is either make his own cockpit and walk into it, or if he does a,
Yeah.
he's gonna have to pipe it up below.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he uses this, hold on a minute. BEN. You can take a vent block, air vent block. You can put that there,
Yeah, and then just make a little.
and just
mini-
make a little cockpit here, and then put a
Make
seat
his own
here.
cockpit here.
Okay. Set.
He can use like I don't know what he
or
wants to
something
use,
different?
but here, I'll just place this one down for now. But here he can put that down and then put glass in, and then he's controlling his ship.
Oh, okay, more like that.
Yeah, because there's a conveyor there, so it's just not worth it. Trying to miniaturize conveyor it, because that just makes it more complicated on trying to connect it to big conveyors and all that.
Okay, then.
Just get a door here.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Did you want to put a captain seat? Yeah, that's a captain seat. We need a door.
Close to the thrusters. Maybe. Then I put the. You do move the chair, put it here, and I'll put the.
Yeah, got a good spot for the antenna.
There, and then put one or two doors, or.
This is all going to be heavy block.
Yeah, and I widened in more out of the area you ever put in the seat, or you're designing it. Oh, okay, not more like that. Gee, that's a lot of guns.
Yeah, this is a. You use this more as a recon one.
Okay, and then we're still gonna put like top turrets.
Yeah,
But I don't want to have so many guns.
this is not your ship.
Oh, yours. Okay.
This is a actual fighter.
Okay.
That's what you call a heavy fighter.
Okay, I'm getting mouse.
That's why I'm painting it on the carbon fiber.
Okay. Oh my goodness. How did Bill ship it not floating in the air?
I'm checking to see 7. Yeah, that small connector.
small conveyor had to be out, or the big one. So I'm doing a fighter, James. This is-
Where's your other ship you put, or did you destroy it already?
No, I did not destroy. Did it? I think it is. Where is it? It's. Wait, it was over here? No. I think. Or it's still.
Found it.
Yeah, it's over here. You want to get rid of it.
No, that's actually not bad as a small frigate.
Okay, you want to redesign it. I'm making the design for the fighter.
David, fighters tend to be small grid, not large grid. Large grid gets into starts the classification of a frigate, which means you're going to have an actual interior. I'm doing what's called a heavy fighter escort.
And it's.
Pretty much its job is to escort for long range. Your easiest is actually to build it up another ship. Now listen till you can get the propulsion ready.
be right back. I'm gonna grab me a soda.
Okay.
What was that? Wait, you wait. What weapon you're firing?
Those are my cannons.
Hmm. Do it first. Yes. One first place got both the shield, more of the thing from Star Wars Monopoly Go, and I last struck the Snow Walker. Okay. Alexa, drop out.
with the weapons I've got on this, I can do some damage to large grid.
Yeah, and I tried to fix the chair to bring it out more. I have a good open space area, and then I put normal chairs for people to get in. I put back in the command chair. Maybe you can help me.
I gotta get back to base.
There. There, got a good image. That makes sense.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna stop live streaming in a few minutes. Remember, eventually we do need to pick up the secret project again and
Yeah.
try and get some of that done during this year, going into next year. Obviously, it's gonna take us a while, but mostly just want to get half of it done at least. But but yeah.
I'm on the other side of the ship. You're still working on phase.
Oh, jeez. You do know that this isn't a landing pad, right?
Yeah, I'm just doing a comparison between the
Okay.
ships.
Okay, because these are gonna be large hangars, like pretty big, semi-big, large hangars, but separated with each other.
Yeah.
Gonna be a lot of empty space in here soon. But okay, whatever. We do need to finish the spaceship too, or the space shuttle or whatever, and the survival world too soon, so we can go to space there.
Yeah.
And we'll make a space station from that. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming now. So